Okay. Well, everybody, my name is Vincent Meza. This is Listings to Leads. Thanks for joining me. I see, I guess Sean is saying a lot of you are new to the system. You've signed up. A few of you have actually had a little more traction with us, but you might not actually know what we do. So I think we should just sort of start there, right? So like our website says, actually, I'm going to move because I can tell I'm going to have some noise in the background. Let me close my door. Like our website says, we can help you get buyers or seller leads, whether you have listings or whether you don't. So I'll show you, there are a lot of ways we do this. We do this with automated tools that we create for your listings. We should be able to sweep your listings automatically into the system. We definitely lean heavily on social media. We have ad software from both Facebook and from Google. And we make running ads on those two platforms incredibly easy. From Facebook, just you should know it's a very easy place to get buyer leads and a very inexpensive place to get buyer leads. I'll show you how you do it in just a minute. You can also get seller leads from Facebook, but I definitely recommend thinking about Google for seller leads as well. And I'll show you a few of our top tools for getting listings. We have 85, I think we have 80 PDF reports now, half of them for homeowners, half of them for home buyers. And we give you landing pages for those to drive people to them. We give you postcards, door hangers, letters, if you want to do mailing. And of course, we can share them to your social media accounts. And you can run ads on both Facebook and Google, again, to get those in front of large amount of people. And then we have unlimited landing pages, right? And so landing pages for what is your home worth, down payer assistance, templates for expireds, for FSBOs. So there's just a lot of tools for you to go out and reach into your markets. So let's log in. I'm going to log in over here as an agent first, just to show you kind of some of the things that we have. And so when you sign up, you'll have a platform that kind of looks like this. You'll want to set up your profile over here, and you can connect your CRM, and you can put your logo in and all the colors, stuff like that, right? Over here, on the top section, this is really the working area. And so we, like I mentioned earlier, listings, ads, PDF guides, and landing pages. And then there's this other page here, which is called social. So I think it's smart that we go through these. I'm going to start with landing pages, just because when we talk about getting listings, this is one of the first places you've got to go. So depending on where you are in the country, you've got probably a handful of farm markets, right? You're not just collecting listings in one city. So you want to create a landing page for each farm market, right? And that might be, I think, Sean's in Kennett Square, but maybe he's got one for Philly, and maybe he's got one for whatever the towns are, Reading, I can't remember, which are kind of around there. So you kind of got pockets or geo farms that you want to make sure you're targeting, and you want a landing page like this for every one of those. That's if you want listings. And the way you create it is you click that green button that says create listing, and you create property valuation plus. This is the instant valuation page that we have. Now, we also have templates for iBuyers, FSBOs, expired, short sales. You can do custom ones, even empty nesters, growing family, stuff like that. But all you got to do is type in, the name of your favorite town, and click create landing page. And that's going to create a very generic landing page that looks like this. And I want to make sure that you kind of think about this. I'm going to show you that we have ways to drive people here, but people don't respond well to generic, especially when you're asking them for their address and for their contact information. I'm pretty sure when you see that kind of questionnaire on a website, you're not eager to give that away. So you want to make sure that you are actually using a photo that kind of looks like their neighborhood. And so when you create a landing page, we actually drop you here on what we call our landing page editor. And the first thing we drop you on is upload an image over here on the left. So get a landscape picture around 2,000 pixels wide of a major landmark, something like that. I'll kind of give you an example. That's not where I'm trying to go. A lot of people feel like, you know, you should put a nice big mansion from the neighborhood on the back of that kind of page. That doesn't actually work very well. Can work, but I set up a Coldwell Banker an office over in New Jersey, 24,000 people. The #1 landing page for home value leads is the one with Summit Diner in the background. And you can see this thing. It's like an old, you know, kind of converted railroad car. You get the greasy potatoes there on the weekends and all that. That is the #1 page for that entire office, because you're basically saying, I know your area. You know Summit Diner, you know Summit, New Jersey. And I just want to kind of share that with you. So you create landing pages, and then you click on edit and tools again, and you get into the advanced options. And there's definitely an area that I want you to understand, and that's print marketing. And so these are 3 letters that look exactly, they don't look exactly the same, but they do the same message. It's basically giving you a quick rundown of what's happening in the market, and also what, and that it's affecting your home value. We also create postcards, and we create door hangers. Now, I do want to tell you this because ever since COVID, QR codes became very popular. And a lot of people always ask, whenever we're creating, hey, do you have a QR code? And we create QR codes for almost everything. But from our experience, people who use a QR code to get to a page like this or that, they don't go very far once they get here. Like, they don't fill this out completely if they're on their smartphone. If you get them there from another avenue, for instance, on a desktop, like I'm sitting on a big computer right now, they're more likely to fill this out than they are on a phone. And I just not exactly sure why, but we've been doing this for 13 years, and I can tell you that that is the case. So the point, and I think I just closed the wrong page. The point of what I'm trying to say is we've got multiple ways to get people to those landing pages once you've created. And over here, let's go over here to ads, and we'll talk about a couple of those ways. So when you come to our ads place the first time, it's going to tell you to connect to Facebook. All right. And it's also going to tell you to connect to Google. And if you're a newer agent, you by all means want to be running ads on Facebook. You can get low-cost buyer leads, super easy. You can even get some reasonably cost seller leads. If you've been around for a while and you know you need more listings in your business, well, then you probably want to use our Google software too. That's really the place to be targeting for sellers. But let's just go look at it real quickly. What does it actually look like? Assuming you connected your Facebook account, you can create a listing ad, a landing page ad, or a PDF guide ad. Now, I'm going to do this landing page because we were just sort of looking at them just now. And there was Property Valuation Plus for Diamond Head, right? And when I choose that, it kind of writes the ad. It's sponsored by your business page because that was the first step. And then you just type in the name of the town where you want to go. Now, there is a problem with this depending on where you are in the country. For some of you, an ad just like this, all you got to do is click publish, and this is going to show up on Facebook on the news feed, and the leads will be pre-populated with name, email, and phone number. Okay. So this is really great for our clients. They love to have name, email, and phone number. There are plenty of ways to follow up. And so that's kind of what the story is about. But regarding this kind of ad, years ago, Facebook got smacked with some rules. And so you can't actually target very well with Facebook. All right. And if you're in a more rural area where cities are 20 or 30 miles away from each other, this can work. If you're in a more dense area where there are cities like every 5 or 10 minutes away, this can really be a waste of your time and money. I think it's good in terms of branding. It's not good in terms of high quality leads for listings. But that is one of those things you can do. You can run a landing page ad, right? You can also run an ad on any of the PDF guides that we have. And so let's look at it over here. You go to create a Facebook ad, and here's PDF guide. Now, your branding, your color scheme is going to flow through every one of these. Your contact information is on every page of every PDF guide ad, okay, or every PDF guide. Each of these are written in-house, and they are related to various topics about real estate, right? If you want to talk to more buyers, well, there's 40 PDF guides for buyers. If you want to talk to more sellers, there's 48 PDF guides, or there's 40 PDF guides for sellers. And so once you're here, you decide what you want to do. Maybe 5 dangers of overpricing is being, kind of a big deal. So I'm going to click create an ad. And I'm going to just say, yeah, create the ad. And you'll notice that we've written the ad. All you need to do is type in your favorite town, right? And click publish. And it will be, in this case, because we're looking for listings, it's a $50 ad with a maximum of 7 days. Now you can change that up or down, that value. You can make it shorter, you can make it longer. I don't recommend running an ad longer than 7 days, actually. But that's how you create an ad. And then when somebody sees it here, they can download it, but the pop-up form before they download it has their phone, their name, phone number, and email pre-populated from their profile saying, do you really want this? And the answer is yes. And then they click yes, they give you their information, and then they can download this report immediately. So that's another thing you can do in the ad section. And then the first thing that most agents want to do is just run an ad on a listing. Now this home here is sold. And when the home first hit the system, it was just listed, and then he had an open house. So he was running an ad when it was just listed. Then he ran an ad again about a week later when it was open house. And now it's sold. So he wants to run ads, right? And you definitely want to run ads on your sold listings if you want more listings. All right. And it says this home is sold. That's going to affect your home value. Click here for your free home value, right? All you really need to do is click publish. What you could do if you want to customize it, just in case, is you might be selling things very quickly. In some markets, they're moving slowly, and in some places, they're sold in 5 days still, right? If you're doing that, you definitely want to tell the market that's what we're doing. We're selling things fast, or we have, multiple offers, right? That's going to get somebody to slow down and go, oh, wait a minute, you're actually talking to people. So if that's what's going on for you when you're selling a home, definitely take a few seconds and add that, and then click publish. If you're writing anything down about Facebook, I would tell you this. We talked about 3 kinds of ads so far on Facebook. We talked right here, this is a sold ad. These leads typically cost $7 a lead, all right? And so here I've got a $50 ad. So you divide, 50 by 7. That's roughly how many leads you're going to get. It's not the same exact price all over the country because competition is different all over the country. When you're running a landing page ad, those leads can cost more. Here we can see this is a free home values landing page ad. 1,100 people saw it, but his leads cost $3.45. For listing leads, that's actually a great price. Over here, he ran an ad for one of his PDF reports. It doesn't look like he got any leads at all, but 123 people saw it. And you can see here, he ran an ad as an open house, and he was getting leads for $1.84 each for buyer leads. And then later on, when it was for sale, $7.81 for buyer leads. So that's kind of what you can do running ads on Facebook. And let's see here. So one more thing, we talked about PDF guides. I want to show you that we actually give you more ways to market them than just ads. So if you come to PDF guides here, your color should be flowing through from your profile. You can use either buyers or seller leads. I'm just going to go over here and I'm going to show you, if you click the green button, we give you a script if you want to do a short video on the phone and put it up there and say, hey, if you want this report, come and get it. You can run an ad from this section here. You can even click and just put a free post out on your social media thing. So he's got his social media accounts connected and he can post this and it'll go out. There will be this graphic, that language, and there'll be a landing page behind it. So you'll be able to get information. There's also contact information. There's also an e-flyer for your database. So if you're an agent sitting on a lot of leads in a CRM, copy and paste that and blast that out on those leads. There are postcards and door hangers, right? And then there's just a very simple landing page like this. So if you wanted to get this out, we use this in multiple places. So let's kind of talk about another section here, which is social. So social, I think we launched this last year, this tab. And we did it kind of thinking about keeping current matters, you know, them. They do content, and from our perspective, it's rather boring content. It's pretty stale. It's kind of like industry, economic, finance, real estate news. And I'm of the opinion that nobody really wants to read that. I mean, you can get that information all day long. So here, when you come to this page, we're going to say connect to your social media accounts. We're going to ask you, how often do you want us to publish? And you can set those days yourself. And then I think there are like 45 different topics. These are all home design, right? Kind of kitchen design, garage design, creative spaces, outdoor living, patios and decks. If you want, you can click an eyeball and see all the articles we've written, right? You don't need to, but you know, I know there are realtors who don't sleep well and you know, they can read every one of these things. What you really want to do is turn them on, right? Turn the ones on that you like, right? I actually like outdoor living and patios and all that stuff. I spend a lot of time in my garden. So I would want to be talking with people about that. I want them to see that. But another really important thing that you should use is right up here. So remember I was talking about all those PDF guides? And I showed you that you could share them to your social media accounts. Well, from this page, if you just check these two buttons, we're going to share them automatically for you to all your social media accounts. And there will be a nice picture, a nice write-up, and there will be a landing page behind every one of those. So you've got an ability to capture free leads from either buyers or sellers, or both, just turn them on. And then of course, get content out there that people, you know, will find more interesting. So that's the social page. I definitely recommend you use that. We've talked about landing pages, PDF guides. We've talked about ads. Let's talk about listings. So I mentioned earlier that we grab listings via our partner List Hub. It usually will sweep your MLS and all your listings will sit here. Once it hits here, and I'm going to jump out of this one in a minute, because this is sold. And so this might be, you know, it always starts when you're just listed. So we give you a little checklist here. You should always download that. That's going to give you kind of a cheat sheet of what you need to do here. And the first thing we do after that is create an ad. So if you click there, all you have to do is click create ad. And that's going to create an ad, like I said, getting leads with name, email, and phone number from Facebook. We have Google ads here. I don't recommend marketing any particular listing on Google. We should actually take that off, but our tech team put it in there and we haven't removed it yet. This is social media auto posts. So one of the first things you should do is go connect your profile to all your social media accounts. And what that tells us to do is anytime you get a listing, automatically post it to your social media account. So what we're looking at here is something that was completely done automatically. He didn't have to touch it, right? This home is sold. If you click on this, there's going to be a single property website that we also automatically created. And this is mobile optimized. And there's all kinds of lead capture down here, right? You can get your free home value here. You can download this PDF guides, and there's a landing page so you can capture leads there. But when the form comes up, the call to action, it's offering a free home value. So when we've got later stage homes like pending or under contract or sold, we're looking for more listings. When you've got an early stage home like coming soon, just listed, or open house, the call to action's looking for buyers. So you definitely want to be using your listings when they're sold. And in this example, we're just doing it for you automatically. So I definitely recommend you turn on social media auto posting so we can just help you leverage those listings. There are other things. There's tools for the sellers. There's an e-flyer for your database. But I want to point this one out here. This is called the Nearby Homeowner Letter. Okay. And this is the #1 tool for getting listing leads that turn into listing contracts. So let me explain to you what it is and how you use it. It is a single piece of paper. This is like 8.5 by 11, right? And it says, hey, we got a home, we just sold it. And below, that's going to affect your home value. So there's 2 websites that they can go to. And you can use, a lot of our clients use it when it's just listed. Some people will door knock this when they're having an open house, and then they'll mail it again when it's sold. What they're typically doing, our best clients are doing, is they're buying lists of targeted homeowners, right? So they're getting a list of people that live in their city that have 5 or 10 years equity, and they will mail one of these once a month or twice every 2 weeks. Because at some point they're going to open it, and if they go to this web address, they take this piece of paper to their own computer and type in that, and then give you their address and their email address, they're pretty serious about finding out their home value. Our clients who use that strategy that I just described to you, they do not give up on those leads. And there's a guy here, this is I'm going to take us to our mastermind group. There's a guy here who is just moving from state to state, had no recognition in his own market. In his new market, he just moved. And he's using that, and that letter that I'm showing you has been used by our clients for years because it's the #1 tool for getting listing leads that turn into listing contracts. So I do have a lot of ways to get listing leads. We've talked about a couple, right? We talked about the landing pages on Facebook, and we talked about running sold ads. And yes, you will get leads and name, email, and phone number, but they will not be as hot as the ones that you're getting right here. This guy got 5 listings in 3 months. This is a couple summers ago. He quickly became the top listing agent in his office, and at the beginning of last year started his own office. And the very first thing he does is creates a YouTube video on how to customize our tools to get more listings. I recommend you go look for him. If you are a client, we're going to invite you in our mastermind group. And that's where my partner Scott and I talk about what's coming down. But it's also where our clients ask questions and share tips of what's working for them. So that is the listing landing page. We also create single property websites, which are great. Some of our clients are just happy that they have a single property website, a listing presentation, and that's like what makes them happy. We create virtual tours. We have a whole open house marketing toolkit, QR codes, online sign-in forms, all kinds of tools. If you're a blogger, yeah, we got you covered. If you are if you're really into QR codes, we've got that created. And QR codes are great if you're looking for buyers. All right. Very simple. It's like, bang, yes, I got it. QR codes for sellers, I don't recommend. We also create, postcards and door hangers. And just like everything else, there's a URL on the front and there's a different URL on the back. This home is just listed on front. Go check it out. On the back, that affects your home value. So print's been around a lot longer than the internet. But if you ask a realtor their ROI on print, their eyes just go right in the back of their head. Here, you can actually get leads from your print tool. So if you're doing anything in print, you need to look at what we have to offer because it's all about lead capture. So that's kind of our stuff there. I do want to show you our Google thing. So let me jump out of this account here and go to another office that has Google turned on, just so you can see it. and then we'll just open it up for questions. So, you know, I think if I ask you who's run an ad on Facebook, probably half of you have. If you've been successful or not is a different question, but a lot of agents know about Facebook ads. But if I ask that question, which I do pretty frequently, about Google, I would say something maybe like 1 out of 20 agents knows how to run an ad on Google, knows what to do there. We make it very easy, and I think you should really take advantage of it if you are a listing agent. And let me show you what I mean. You've got landing pages and you got PDF guides. We already talked about those, but let's just say we want to do a landing page ad on Raleigh, and just click create an ad. So the big thing is, to create this ad, all you have to do is type in the name of the town where you want it to target, right? And if you've ever run an ad on Google, it's really a mess. It's really difficult. Here, you type in the name of the town, you choose the tool that you want, and you click publish. Now, you can click here, and you will see the page that we're driving to. He's customized a page here about Raleigh, and so that's kind of what it's driving to. So if somebody responds to the ad, that's what's gonna come up. Now, I will point this out. We have a daily budget of $10, and we also run this for 30 days. I don't recommend you do that. I recommend that you run an ad for maybe 5 or 7 days. I also recommend that you turn this budget up to maybe, and this really depends on where you are, but maybe $40 a day, maybe even $50 a day. And I'll tell you why. I just got off the phone yesterday with some agents in Dallas, Fort Worth, and they were saying that seller leads on Google cost them $30 each. Now, here's the thing about Facebook and Google. If I'm on Facebook, well, you may not know this, but American adults spend 40 minutes every day on Facebook, putting, really intelligent things like this on here. They're showing what they're doing for fun, what they're eating, where they're traveling, all kinds of stuff. And that's the beauty of Facebook. Just, here's a new restaurant. I can't wait for it to open, right? But when somebody has a question, they don't go to Facebook and ask people, what should I do? Where's the best place to get a steak? Where's the best hotel in Miami? Or how do I sell my home, right? They ask that. 86% of all searches happen on Google. So, and this is the #1 website in the entire world and in the United States. You can see over here on the left that there are sponsored ads. These people are paying for these keywords in my area. I'm sitting over here in Lafayette, California, and somebody wants to do that. You should actually, as a realtor, if you're in the listing game, do a couple of searches that homeowners would do and find out who's buying up your market, right? Because that's what's going on there. Now, if you go run an ad inside of Google, and let's click on advanced options. You have to know all your keywords, okay? You have to know all your keywords that are relevant. You got to create multiple headlines, and you got to do descriptions. Now, I'm not going to waste your time telling you why you need to do this in Google, because I actually don't want you to do it in Google. I've been working with realtors for 13 years. They do not want to be working in Google to create an ad. You want to choose your landing page or choose your PDF guide, type in the name of this town, and click publish. That is way, way, way easier than working with Google. I do think if you've been in the business for a while, you intend to be in the business for a while, and you want more listings, you need to be looking at Google and whatever. And so Lisa is asking you, do you have to have a Google business page? I don't think you do, but it does help. What you do need is a Google ad account. So let me kind of explain a little bit of this to you. I don't have a business page. I don't think we do have a business page for us, but let's do it simply. This is a restaurant in my
I
neighborhood.
was trying to set one up while you were talking on mine, and so it came up with a 30-day free trial thing, and then I was clicking and it said it wasn't connected, so I didn't know if you needed a business page or not. But it
Yeah,
kind of got stuck.
Yeah, you should ask support about that, our support team, and they may know, but let me explain to you what you're asking and what is going on.
Okay.
So this is a business page here. You see, but this is for a local restaurant. And a lot of realtors have this kind of page as well. And if you have this, I don't know how you got it, but usually there's an ad account connected to it. What you really need is an ad account. You need to be able to create it. And so you don't need to have this, but if you do have this, it kind of comes with an ad account. You need to make sure you got a credit card on there. And then what we're asking and what you try to go do is just connect to Google. And you signed up for the 30-month software, and then you're trying to connect to it, and it's giving you some grief, right?
Okay.
So I'm not exactly sure what you have on Google, but right down here on the bottom left is support. And I would say, hey, can you help me? I'm not sure why I'm getting some, problems connecting Google.
Yeah, I've had an issue with getting a Google business account because of my company address is in another city, and it's kind of I can't use my home address, so it's kind of a little bit of a challenge to get a business.
Yeah, I understand.
A business account.
So let's see, what's the one page called? So Trish asked, what is the one page? Are you talking about the nearby homeowner letter? The one.
Hi, the page this one. Yeah. I didn't hear what the name of it was. So
it's called the nearby homeowner letter. It's right over here under listing. So you have it at any stage. So when your listing hits, it's going to be just listed. You might toggle it and say there's an open house, and it'll reflect that change. But if we're right here, this one is sold. So we'll just click on it here, and it's right on this list. It's about halfway down, called the nearby homeowner letter. Okay. And again, like our clients typically buy a targeted list of homeowners with equity, and they mail some version of this letter to them, like at least once a month or every 2 weeks. Because at some point they're going to pop that open, and they're going to be looking at this and going, oh, you got an open house in my neighborhood, or you sold something in my neighborhood. I'm going to go here and find out what my home is worth. And I didn't finish the story, but let me tell you what this guy does. And it's worth noting. Like, when you get a lead from that piece of paper, it's not a lot of leads. It's not like running a Facebook ad and you get a bunch of leads and like, that's awesome, right? You might get if you mail out 100, you might get a handful. And if you do, you want to treat those as very special leads, because those people have done something very unusual. If you can imagine, when we run an ad on Facebook and I'm looking at all the cats and the food that my friends are eating, and then you tell me, hey, here's my open house, and I'm like, oh yeah, sure, bang. I may not be really that interested in it, right? But if I open a letter and take it to my home and it says, go get your home value, that's a different level of hoops that you got to jump through. This guy, when he gets those leads, he tells us right here, here's how he closed those 3 listings in 5 months. He says, I send out that letter every other week to neighbors who have owned their homes for 5 years or more. Once they opt in on the home value, I hit them up every week with phone calls, bomb, letters via mail, and letters left at the door. That is honestly the best recipe for getting listings. And it all starts with this piece of paper right here. All right. So we even had clients. I remember this lady, it was 5 or 6 years ago. She printed 200, door knocked for 7 hours, and had 4 listings out of a 7-hour walk. That story keeps going because our clients figure it out. Like, they want listings. There's somebody else in here, Chris Winstead. He's like, yeah, he lives in Maryland, mails it into a home first class to 250 homes. And so people would open it because it's first class mail, and he pulls 10 listings in Maryland. That's I mean, he ends up being one of the top agents in an office of 600, agents. So it definitely, that's definitely part of his work. I do want to show you one more thing about ads on Facebook. This is a kind of a team account for an expansion team in North and South Carolina. And it's unusual, it's different. So all the tools that I've shown you, he ignores. His goal is to get buyers for the agents on his team in both North and South Carolina. That's all he does. So he takes listings from his offices and he runs ads, and he's run nearly 250 ads since Halloween, which was about 6 months ago. He spends about $100 to $200 on average per ad. So that's 24,000 in nearly 6 months. He does have 8,000 leads with name, email, and phone number. And he's distributing them to the agents on his team. But his business pages have 1.8 million people in the Carolinas seeing their business pages. Facebook is great for branding, is what I'm trying to, tell you. But it's also a great place for low-cost leads. If you need buyers, the very first thing I would recommend to any agent is to get a listing in your account and run an ad on Facebook with our system, because we're using software that's going to get name, email, and phone number automatically. You can run ads on Facebook all day long inside Facebook. I just don't know what you're doing, right? There's a lot of options. You can make a lot of mistakes. But if you want leads with name, email, and phone number, that's the only way we do it here, right? And just to give you a little bit of background on what's happening on Facebook, I just want to point out the cost of a lead is different, right? So all of these are homes that are for sale. For some reason, these leads cost $694. These leads cost $172. These leads cost $203. And we tell you that right on your ad, right? You can also see how many people saw the ad: 2,800, 1,700, 700, 5,000 people saw this ad, right? So you can see that you're getting branding, because that's always going to be reflecting your business page. And you'll obviously be able to see that you're getting your leads as well. So those are a few of the things that we do. There are some more other cool tools hidden down there, but I think you can get your arms around what I've shown you today. You will get a lot of value. It will help you sell homes faster. It'll help you get buyer leads, and it will help you get more listings. Are there any questions about what I've been yammering on about?
I do. Sorry, I didn't raise my hand.
Don't worry.
Yeah. So if you run a team,
Yeah.
does the team have access to the letters, the door hangers? Can they post their own ads? How does the team platform work?
Yeah.
As far as allowing them to have some control over
Yeah.
this platform?
So this is actually a team account, but it's kind of wonky because they're driving leads to offices, right? And so this is not exactly what we're looking at. But when you sign up as an agent, you have all the things I've shown you. When you sign up as a team, you get one extra tab that says agents. And agents can have listings in their own account. They can borrow listings from you maybe and put them in their account, and they'll have all those tools that I've been showing you. But the leads generated from those tools will go to that agent. They, so they're going to have their own picture on their profile, their contact information. And so, there are different kinds of offices and different kinds of teams. If you've got people on your team that want to grow their business, you kind of want to give them the whole suite of tools that they can go out and use. Some they can pay for ads, some they can use for free, but now they got a whole toolkit that they can go out and get buyers and sellers. You need to email me. I'm Vince at Listings to Leads to get a team account, but you can sign up for agent accounts on our website all the time. And everything we do, in case you guys don't know this, everything is month to month. There's no setup fees and there's no annual contracts. So you kind of got that there. So I think, Joe, that kind of answers your question, right? They have their own environment, but you would have an umbrella account like this. So if you're over here looking at agents, you can see, oh, I can see how many listings they have. I can see when they last logged in, and I can go to listings and I can see this as well, which is all the listings. You do have another added feature as a team, which is on your ad account. You can run ads that are being paid for by your business page on your company business page on Facebook, and you can make the decision to drive the lead back to the listing agent or back to the office, because you might want to round robin those. And then when the agent logs in, they can only run ads on their business page, not yours, and only on the listings in their account. Now, it's very easy for them to pull their listing. So if you say, hey, you know what, you can borrow any listing in our office, just use this grab listing button, and then the listing will sit in their account and they can go run an ad and have all these tools.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
How does Facebook do targeting? How do we know where our ad is going?
Well,
I might have missed it.
yeah, let's just go do it real quickly. They don't give you a lot of targeting options. So 5 years ago, Facebook had incredible targeting options. And then realtors and lenders misused that and created discriminatory ads. And now they got HUD all up in their business. And so you cannot target the way that you could 4 or 5 years ago. So if we go create an ad, one of the things that you must do is click what's called a special category. And that special category in your case is housing. And so when you create, when you say, okay, I'm going to market this and it's going to be housing, we've already checked the boxes for you in the background. So really all you're targeting is the radius. And if you want to go in advanced options, you can put interests, right? We've put a few interests in here. Frankly, I think you could get rid of some of these. Oh, he's put them in there. So yeah, this is the client that put these in here. So you can add interests like this. For me, I think interests that make sense are sometimes geographical, like, well, golf. Let's say you've got a home on a golf course, right? On a golf course community. If you say, hey,
Does it allow that? I didn't think we could target like that type of interest anymore.
I'm not sure. Let's see. I mean, you might totally be right, right? So I can type it here. If I try to publish it, it's going to tell me if it's not going to work. But I'm not going to publish this because this is an actual live client's deal. But that's how you can sort of do that, right?
Yeah.
But he's using all of these, right?
I think those are auto-populated because I've been running some ads the last few weeks. I think those might be auto-populated on there.
Okay,
Just saying.
it might be. And for me, I know Scott likes this. I don't think it really is that helpful. Here's why. Like Trulia. Do you guys know what Trulia is? Like, I think a lot of realtors don't. And I think a lot of the public market doesn't know what Trulia is. So are you excluding people because you're focused on Trulia? Trulia is it's like realtor.com. It's like Zillow. It was bought by Zillow. So it's just a portal which has a bunch of listings. But if you don't know it, are you self-selecting out, right? I think sometimes using interest can work against you. It just makes it too tight. And a lot of our clients don't use any of these interests. They just go for geographic stuff and let it go.
What is the recommended ad spend that you would suggest?
Well, we always, if it's for buyers, we always put $35. On average, a buyer lead costs $3. Okay, so if it's 3 into 35, you're, what is it, 10 or 11 leads you're going to get, right? If you got a super awesome home, you got a big multi-million-dollar home and you want everybody to know, I would tell you to put $100 on it and expand the radius so that more people know this is the kind of property you're managing. If you're looking for listing leads by running a sold property or a listing landing page, like what is your home worth, those leads can range from $2.50 to $15 a lead on Facebook, depending on what kind of tool. Actually, these PDF guides that I was mentioning, I'm not super excited about what I've seen. So Facebook sets the price per lead, right? And so when you're running and whenever you're running an ad for sellers, for listing leads, we always have put the budget Let's see, hold on, what have I done here? Oh, I'm on the wrong page. Okay, so I'm going to create an ad. I want a lead ad so that I get pre-populated name, email, and phone number. So whenever we do a seller lead, in this case, you'd have to type in the name of a town, right? And whatever town that you want it to be. And we put a $50 budget. And that's because seller leads cost more than buyer leads. But the problem is that Facebook is really weird in setting that price. It's actually not the same across the country. If you ran this in New Jersey and I run it in Nevada, we're probably going to pay a different price for the same exact kind of lead on the same exact report. It's just that's what Facebook does. Typically, these leads from any of these PDF guides, and there are 40 of them for homeowners, those leads have cost $10 and $12. In the past few months, I've seen these leads cost $30, which I don't really get excited to tell people to do. But I've also had I just was talking to an agent this morning. He's like, no, I know I'm paying $30 a lead, but I get 10 of those a month. And I'm going to be converting some of those, and those clearly pay for my, $300 or whatever I spent. So you kind of want to ease your way into that. I don't get excited to tell people, hey, here's a $30 or a $50 lead, but depending on the market where you are, that math might work out just fine. What else, guys?
I have a question for you. Hold on. So I don't know. I was searching somewhere in through here, and I saw that you were pulling in Zillow reviews.
Yes.
Can we pull in Google reviews in place of Zillow reviews?
No. There's a short and a long answer. No other company has an API for sweeping reviews other than Zillow. We don't see that yet. But I think within 1 week, we're going to have where you can manually copy and paste them into our system, and then they show up just like a Zillow. Because some people have reviews on Yelp, they have them on Google, they have them on Testimonial Tree, and we just have not found the software to map those over. But we are going to create kind of a field to say, hey, copy it there, put it here. Even some people have their reviews right on their website.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm focused more on Google reviews,
Yeah.
Let me see what else I wrote down here. So you can personalize the landing page with video, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And let me just show you very quickly how to do that while you're. But go ahead and ask your other question. I'll get us over there.
You answered that. With the sign writers, so that I'm just going in there, that's an extra cost, correct?
Yeah. We should probably go look at it, but yes, there's certainly a print cost for those. There's also we have text IVR, right? Which is text this number to that number, or dial 800 whatever and punch that code.
Yes.
That can be built into the text into that, but that's a $10 a month edition. You get,
Okay, I got you.
You get 10 codes and they live with you, because we assume that if you print a sign writer and you got it hanging in front of a house and you sell the house, you can reassociate the number to the next house, and now you're not printing unending sign writers, right? So when we're talking about landing pages, if you click custom, there's a section here that says custom page content. I've got it on video, and then there's a spot to snap in a YouTube video.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, great.
Right. And I'm going to see if I can take that out. It's because every once in a while I get an error with that.
And then one other thing, my CRM is not listed. So if it's not listed, do we just use Zapier to push it?
No, well, let's go here. So when we're in a profile, it says CRM integration. There's all kinds of things listed. What CRM is it, Sean?
The Mayshore method.
Okay, so ask them if they give you a lead forwarding email, a unique email address. It's not going to be your normal day-to-day working email. It's one that they have. Some CRMs call it an email parsing. an email parser, which means if we send a lead to that address, they scrape all the content off and they drop it in your CRM for automation.
Okay. So as listings the leads, they're gathering that information and then they're just forwarding it right over to the CRM, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
like here you see follow-up bus, right? Now we have an API, but still it's being driven off of their email address. We have more information, but if you were a client of follow-up bus, they'd have like some weird email address like Sean, with 20 digits after it at follow-up bus. So nobody could ever figure that out. And you put it there and it tells us, okay, send it there. And then when follow-up boss gets the, okay, this is a lead. Let's take all the data down and put it in the CRM.
Gotcha.
And if make sure method does not have the email parsing, can we do a Zapier?
Perhaps, I don't really know. I think there's like 1,000 solutions on Zapier. So if you click Zapier here, have you used Zapier before?
Yes.
Oh, then it's probably yes. The answer is probably yes. You can go here and say create one from scratch. I think actually if you go here, you can search. You have to kind of connect and all that, but you can actually search the name of your company. There's probably an app already created.
Yep.
A Zap. I think that's
Yep.
what it is.
So I put 2 questions in the chat. So can you create, you mentioned a listing landing page. What is your home worth? Can you do
Yes.
that without a listing?
Yes, well, we've been looking at that, right? That's
I know, I was late. I apologize.
this is a listing. This is what is your home worth for a particular city, right? And
Yep.
you can create unlimited landing pages like this.
Okay.
You just go to the landing page section, which
Yep.
we're on right now. You click this button that says create landing page and you create a property valuation plus. All you need to do is type in the name of the city and then put in a picture that's,
And then once you create it, then it's up to you whether you want to run ads in Facebook or Google or both.
yeah, or if you want to create a postcard or use one of the letters that we create to get
Okay.
people to that page.
Okay. And then the other question, is there a price differential between the team account versus a single agent account?
Yes, single agent accounts. Let's go to our website. Right? I don't want to leave that there. Oh. You can sign up as an agent right on our website. And it's like $60 a month. You can keep up to 10 listings in your account at one time. So you want to keep sold listings in there for at least a month or two, right? And market those and try to get as many listing leads from the sold ads. You might have a FSBO in there or two. You might be borrowing a listing. As long as you keep that number under 10, and you can always delete listings out as you don't need them anymore. Then boom, you're $60 a month. If you want our Google software, which I highly recommend, that's an additional $30 a month. And that makes Google super easy. If you want a team account, we don't really look at how many listings, we're looking at how many agents you have. The smallest team account is 5 agents for $200 a month. And we go all the way up to 3,000 agents, or actually, yeah. Did Carolyn have a question there?
Yes, I do. As far as the integration with CRM, do you guys, can we integrate with KV Core?
Yes,
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
right. It's right there.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. That's on your profile, by the way. So, well, one thing I want to just point out to everybody, we talked about it earlier. If you sign up, well, I'm going to send this to everybody right now. Actually, we should just get into it. This is leadgenwebinars.com. And my partner, Scott, and I, we do training every week, live training every week. And this is where you sign up for those classes. Everyone meeting. Okay. Now you may not have time because I know you're all busy people. So we do record those. Every class that we do, we record. And I want to point this out to you that on this page, it says get started. That is the class for beginners. And it really says, click here, turn this on, turn this on, it's all the automation. Because so many clients they sign up, the phone rings and they walk away. And 6 months later, they realize they're paying us $60 a month and they don't know why. If you took 5 minutes to turn everything on, there would be so many tools going out, you would, and we'd be auto sweeping your listings. Even for free, we'd be generating leads for you. And then that's really, you want to be on that end of the curve. So I'm going to send you a link to this, and I really recommend that you all watch Get Started to just turn everything on before you walk away. And so there's a link to that as well. And once you're done with Get Started, if you want more listings, I do a class every 2 weeks called Top Tools to Get More Listings. We talked about one of those tools, which was the Nearby Homeowner Letter, and we talked about landing pages and PDF guides, but I talk about pretty much everything there. We did kind of cover a lot of this today. There's a whole class on Facebook and Google Ads, so you should do that as well. I do think everybody should have a solid Google strategy and definitely a Facebook. Any other questions?
So this is Tris, and I'm a little confused. You're saying Google, you do Google or you don't do Google?
I don't think you should market a particular listing on Google.
A listing on Google.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you got a just listed, open house,
Yeah.
or a sold on your listing, do it on Facebook. If you want to run an ad on a landing page on Facebook, you can do it. You won't get the greatest quality leads, but you'll get some leads and you get good branding. You can run ads on the PDF guides on Facebook. But if you want higher quality listing leads, you want to do that on Google.
Okay.
Okay. And when you go to Google, you really want to concentrate on landing pages like what is your Raleigh home worth, or a PDF guide, one of the 40 for homeowners. But, you know, I think I said it earlier, I want to really make sure everybody understands Google is where 86% of all searches start on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And these keywords are what people, it's a trending search, even today. This is where people are, right? And I'm going to give you one more thing. It's a little bit techie, but I think that honestly, I said this earlier, so many realtors, whether they like it or not, they know about Facebook. They've heard great things about it. Some have been successful. I'm going to send this to everybody right now and then we'll talk about it. I'm going to send this recording to Sean, and Sean will send this to everybody. But what I'm sending to everybody is, oh wait, that's not in here. Everyone in the meeting. What I'm sending you is an article, and this is not really about listings to leads, but when you're thinking about Google, what's nice about this article is they update it every few months. They go and they find out what is everybody, what are the buyers searching on, and these are the terms that they're using on a monthly basis, right? Houses for sale near me, houses for sale, tiny houses. That's what people are actually writing when they want to buy a house. When they want to sell a house, this is what they're typing in. So a lot of these keywords we automatically put inside the ad when you're using our software to create an ad on Google. That way you don't have to know all that stuff. But I'm just sharing it with you so that you understand that that's what's going on Google. This is, I reference this page very often. This should be in the chat panel. You might want to look at it just to understand, because this is the #1 website in the country. And that's just how it is, right? Facebook is #3 and YouTube is #2. So we don't really have much. We've got a little bit for YouTube. Maybe we'll start building out more. I do know that a lot of realtors are focusing on building a channel there. It is a place where you can sort of capture things or build an audience.
Is YouTube Studio It's different than a channel. Is that correct?
No, a channel, the studio is where you work from, and the channel is where the content sits,
Okay.
right?
Do you have to have so many views before you start a channel?
Not that I'm aware of.
I was told that a couple years ago. You have to have like 10,000 views or something to start a channel. That's not true?
No, I have a channel.
Yeah. I mean, we've only got 4,000 people following this page.
Yeah, I don't know. I know she said that, and it was like, well, I guess I'll do studio then. So that's where a lot of my stuff is. So
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I think if you're doing studio, you just want to make sure it's like facing the public and, you know, that people can find it. This is just a normal channel, you know.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
And Vince,
Yes.
once we get started, is there some one-on-one help?
Well, we do have a support team that are
Okay.
awesome. And you can email them, you can ask them to call, you can call them if you want. They're very helpful. I think 99% of the time we just get raving reviews about that team.
Okay, great.
Yeah. And then I do the live training, which I think everybody should have. You now have a link to our recorded trainings. I honestly think you should watch a few of these calls, especially Get Started, Facebook and Google Ads, and Top Tools for More Listings. It's just going to be beneficial for you. The funny, you know, the kind of the strange thing about our system, there are just we have 10 to 20 people sign up every day on our platform. There's a good percentage of those people that just forget that they even signed up and they just walk away. But I've got other clients that spend a little bit of time, learn what's going on here, and they are clients of ours for years and years because it just continues to help them grow their business. We can help you grow your business for sure, but you do have to use the tools. That's kind of it.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I have it. I just got it, and I just got a listing, and I just listed it today. And so when we're done here, I'm gonna go put it on.
Dude,
I have no
yeah.
idea how to do it because I haven't really focused on it. So
Yeah. So I'm going to just show you something. This is a guy named Blair Ballin. And this is a really small point. I'm sure you've heard it a million times, but I must tell you. So he's saying, hey, I'm not getting good results from this. I ran an ad, just listed, nothing. What is it likely the angle? And the answer is yes. What really moves the needle dramatically on Facebook is the quality of your photos. And a lot of agents hear this, whatever, they ignore it. Blair here just sort of ignored it and ran it, and nobody cares. They're not even looking at this, right? So he's telling us, hey, my lead flow is down on this, right? Anyway, this is our mastermind group. Sean, are you in here?
Not yet. I think I asked to be invited, maybe, or
I thought I was in it, but now I can't even find it online. I mean, in Facebook.
Well, you can only find it if you're in it. So if you type in listings to leads mastermind.
Okay.
Now I'm going to send this to you. It really is only for our clients. So we're just going to make the assumption that you're all signing up.
Well, I'm a client. I am one.
Okay. Now
I are one too.
I think most of us are.
this link that I just sent you, it has fb.com in it. It expires in 2 days. So please use it as soon as you can, and our people will how do you say, accept you, approve you. Any
Thank
other
you,
questions?
Vince.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
perfect.
All right.
Great stuff. I'm excited.
It's you know, there's kind of we've been here doing this for 13 years. We get great results. We're a different model. I think the market is used to paying companies hundreds of dollars a month for 20 leads a month, and then wondering what the ROI is about. Here, you're paying us a few bucks a month for our software. Yeah, we encourage you to spend money on the big social medias and Google and in print, but for that, you're going to wind up with hundreds of leads. So it's a very different kind of business. It's a little more hands-on. I know, people are happy to spend 1,000 or 2,000 a month and get like 10 or 20 leads as long as they turn into business. That's not our model. We have a ton of value here. Take a little bit of time to unlock it. It will totally improve your business.
All right.
All right, everybody. Sean,
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
you're
Sean,
welcome.
when do you think you can send us the recording?
As soon as I get it from him and you send me an email, I'll get it over to you.
Sean, if you
Thank
don't mind, send me an email. I'll find it. I think I can find your email just so that I have it as a response. I'll get this up online. No later than early morning tomorrow.
Awesome.
Okay.
And where will we find that? Where will you find it then?
It'll be in the email. We'll send it to you.
Okay.
Vince, what's your email? I can send it right now if you want me to.
It's Vince@listingstoleads.com.
All right, I'm just gonna put the subject as please send
That works.
recording.
Recording.
I'll get it from you in the morning, Sean.
You got it.
All right.
Excellent. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Sean, for setting this up. It was awesome.
Yep.
That
You
was
got it.
awesome. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Vince.
you.
Bye-bye,
See you
everybody.
tomorrow.
Thank you
Bye
so
now.
much.
Bye.
Thank you.